Hey, it's BrickTsar. We're down here in the Bricklink Store, which means it's time to pick another Bricklink Lego order. Bricklink, if you don't know, is a website where you can go and buy Lego parts from other fans of Lego or fans of old Lego. Most of my stuff is new in this store. And PABLO, which is in the title of this video, it's not the cat. It is the alligator. But that's not what this PABLO stands for. It's picking a Bricklink Lego order. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. We have done over 90 of these on this channel, maybe even close to 100. So I'm not sure why people like it, but apparently people like seeing what it's like to pick things from the store. So we're going to be doing this one from somebody who's their first, I don't know if this is their first order. They do not have feedback yet, but they placed a rather large order in my store. It is LEGO Freestyle. So I'll be sure to give them a positive feedback rating for paying for their order promptly. But LEGO Freestyle has ordered some stuff, and it looks like some pretty good parts, things that could be used for trains or vehicles. And so we're going to go through and show you everything. And at the end of this video, I think I'll answer a couple of your questions, which we call BrickTsar Answer Thingy or BAT. And to request a PABLO, when you order, put it in the comments, and to request a BAT, you do use the hashtag BAT in your comments. But enough of me talking, let's get to this order. And so one thing I have got to figure out is doing this thing again where it changes the quantity to 0 instead of putting the X, because what this does, it still ties up the drawer. And this has happened a few times with Bricklink. The last 2 orders have done this, and I usually have to go back and put don't retain quantity 0, but I don't know why it does that. But let's do LEGO Freestyle's order, and they cleared out a lot of drawers for us, which I like. So we'll just start here with 1324. You know what I probably should do? Got 2 of these big 6x16. Yes, that's how many's there. I'm going to set all these to the side here, and then we'll put them back. I probably should answer some of the questions while we're doing this. They got all of these little windshield pieces, 4 of them. That's how many it says there, so we're good. Oh yeah, and I should always use the little check marks. So let me pull one more, and then I'm going to go look at the questions. 1406. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Okay, we're good there. And so usually to find your comments, I use this hashtag right here, and I just search. I know other people ask questions, like there at the beginning was a one that I haven't answered, but they didn't have BAT. But this is one I've been wanting to answer from MRN Bricks. And it says, BAT, has it ever occurred to you that a PABLO is like a reverse haul? So I'll go ahead and get some more of these. So actually, when we first started doing these, in fact, I've gone back and changed the title of some of the early videos. How many are here? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, they only wanted 4. Let me take 4 of these out. I'll put these 1, 2, 3, 4. So I got to put that back. Should be 6 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, there are. So when I first did these videos back in the day, it was as a tutorial, and I expected it just to be like a 1 or 2 time thing where I just showed you what it's like. And my store was completely different back then. I think everything was still in bags and stuff. And so I did it, and it was, I think I even put reverse haul in the title of the video because I didn't know what to call these. You know, picking an order in a Bricklink store, behind the scenes of a Bricklink store. But it did occur to me that, yeah, this is like a reverse haul because people are always doing hauls, but this is the other side of the haul. In fact, I've even seen some of the advertisements on YouTube where there's these companies that ship stuff directly to people's houses, and they kind of do like a fake behind the scenes of actually doing an order. It's a fake order. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. But this is not, these aren't fake orders. These are real orders from real people, like LEGO Freestyle here. So, you know, you're seeing me pick these orders, and then if they do a YouTube video of the haul, it'll be these same things. And I think that's a really neat thing with YouTube, and this stuff that we would have never thought of back in the day before YouTube. I mean, all the Bricklink orders I've placed, all the eBay orders, doing a behind the scenes. And I have seen people even do eBay related things, other things besides Lego, where they show packing their orders and stuff. I even did that with comic books on my other channel, which is, it was called J Olson 37 back then, but now it's BrickTsar Toys. I showed how the proper way to pack comic books. I think is something along the lines of what the title was. 3 of those. I hope that's how many were. There's 3. Yes, that's how many's there. 3. But yeah, so it has occurred to me to call these reverse hauls, and that's what we did. And it probably is something we should put in the title or in the description, is that it's reverse haul. I just have not done that recently, but it's a very good question from MRN Bricks, and I know that there are other people that have done these and they've put that in the title or reverse haul. So good call on that by MRN Bricks. And here is another good question from Mark Severn. It says, hey BrickTsar, how do you fill your Bricklink orders when you go on holiday? How do you do that? How can you pick an order when you're not home to pick it? Well, this is what I do. There's several options. One of the options is you can put a banner ad, or not an ad, but a banner notification on your store, is that all orders will be processed but will not be picked until a certain date. I've seen people do that, where they announce what the shipping date is. Or you can do what I often do, is I will just close my store. I'll close my store for 2 reasons. One, if I'm uploading a lot of stuff and I'm afraid I'll mess the inventory up, or if I'm going to be out of town, or I'm out of town, my wife can pick the orders. I don't have to close it, but sometimes we will run into problems where we might be missing some pieces, and it's easier for me to find the pieces than it is for my wife, because I know where a lot of the stuff is in the basement. So those are your options. So usually I think what most people do is either put the notification on the front page of your store that orders will not be shipped until a certain date, or do what most people probably do, actually close the store temporarily for that. I need to go to drawer 3720. 3720 is Darth Maul. All right, there's 2 in there. How many did they get? Oh, they just got 1. So I kept it all separate there like that. So let me go put this back over there. All right, we are almost done with LEGO Freestyle's order. Just a few more pieces, but I think we got time to answer some more questions. And here's one from Brian Erickson. It says, I buy a lot of LEGO at yard sales and secondhand stores. I was thinking about opening a Bricklink store to sell the items I don't need or want. Is it easier to sell new or used LEGO? That's a very good question. Let me go get this gear. 944. It's right near me here. There's 3 in there. I guess that's how many they got. So, is it easier to sell new or used? I will tell you, it is much easier to deal strictly with new, because, well, for several reasons. How many of these they got? 2? There's several reasons, but the main reason is it's a lot harder to list used parts, because you got to go in and do it manually. Like when we do new parts and they come from a set, I can use software or even the Bricklink website to upload those parts very quickly without having to manually go and one by one do it. When I started my store, I was selling a lot of used items, and it's like you just do them one at a time, and it's very monotonous doing it that way. How many of these they got? J16. They got all of them. So let me go see here. This is one of the old games boxes. So, but there's another reason. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yes, they got all of those. There's another reason, though, that used can be more challenging, and it's because you're dealing with the variety of conditions of the pieces. Uh-oh, let me fix this. I'm crawling. So with new, you pretty much list it as new, but with used, condition can be a problem. Even with new, a lot, it's usually good just to avoid anything that's scratched. But if you're buying a lot of things from secondhand stores, at the very, wrong box. This is L16. I was looking at the 16 because that was J16. I need box L28. Can't talk and pick orders at the same time. L20, it's this one. Yes, okay, back to the question. With used, the condition can be an issue. If you're buying from I would not use anything that came from Goodwill or from a thrift store without even washing it, because you don't know where those things have been. Probably should have kept these base plates. So she got the rest of my base plates. These are kind of hard to come by now. The 32 by 32 base plate. These were, I think, from the LEGO Ideas the maze set. I think that's what they came from. But new, you just pretty much, you can use BrickTsar or Bricklink to upload an entire inventory from a set. Used, you got to go through one by one. You got to wash the pieces. Sometimes people aren't going to be happy with the condition of the pieces, so it can be a little bit more challenging. Now, one advantage though with used is if you're getting like some really, really old vintage stuff, is that there are some things that will be very much in demand because LEGO doesn't make those parts anymore. So that's one area where you have an advantage with used. Only got 3. I was bringing the whole container. They only got 3. So so if it's discontinued parts, definitely an advantage with used. But if you're just buying bulk lots from a thrift store or from Goodwill or even from eBay or something, chances are you're going to have a lot of damaged parts, a lot of not so great parts, and that might not be as good. But definitely much easier. The short answer, much easier to deal strictly with new parts versus used. And I'm totally trying to phase out used. I've put most of my used parts on deep clearance. Train base there, big one. I think that's from like the 4559 train, the yellow jacket looking one. But there, we are done with LEGO Freestyle, their order, and I think we pretty much answered that question from Brian Erickson. Let's see, there's one more. We'll do this. JED1 Splatoon fan says, do you think it's better to sell just minifigures and polybags on Bricklink or eBay? I have hundreds of figures extra from buying sets for mocking parts and polybags from clearance sale. Now that, if somebody has a small amount of inventory in their store, like, this is parts. Parts. I do have a few polybags, and some of these drawers actually do have minifigures in them. But if you're going to have a smaller inventory, these are the types of things that you want. You either want sets, polybags, or minifigures. So that will work. Might even get better prices sometimes on eBay for minifigures. So it will work, I think. And I think I will do one more, Pablo. This is from GalaGade. And it says, if you only have space for one thing, what would you give up? Your collections or Bricklink Store? And so that's an easy one to answer. Obviously, I would give up my Bricklink Store. In fact, I don't even really want to have a Bricklink Store necessarily of this size. It's kind of a necessity from buying too much stuff over the years and needing to thin out things and also raise some funds for other things that we got going on. But I never, when I started Bricklink, I started in 2004 selling. I was a buyer from 2001 to 2004. Well, I've always been a buyer since started. That's why I started on Bricklink, is to buy. And selling was just kind of a secondary thing. It's like I didn't even care if I got sales. And over time, you get more and more sales. You get more and more clearance deals, and the inventory gets out of control. You got too much stuff. This is true story, and I wish I'd taken a video of it. Just yesterday, I went into 2nd and Charles. And I kind of check every couple of weeks to see what they got. And they had some new items in. And one of the things they had, and I probably should have got it, but I didn't because I really don't need to buy any new stuff because I got tons of stuff I need to part out. But they had the Cassville Run Millennium Falcon. It was $100. I bet you it's not there now. I bet you it's not there now. But it was only $100. If I go back Monday and it's there, I might get it. $100. It's a $180 set. Now, the retail price is not worth $180. Has like a $270 part out value. I could have got it for $100. And I was thinking, I probably should have got it, put the minifigures and just work on parting it out. I mean, I'd rather have like 5 of them in part out versus just one set. But because I would only be buying it to part it out. So it's just more work, and I decided not to get it. Probably made the wrong choice. Like I said, I may go back Monday and change my mind if it's still there. But yeah, I would definitely give up the Bricklink Store before the collection. I mean, that's why I'm in the hobby, is because I like to collect things. I'm not in the hobby to sell. It's just a way of funding my collection. That's really pretty much the way it started. It's like, okay, I can sell these Lego pieces, these Lego sets. I can buy more Lego sets. And I think a lot of us that are hobby collectors, that's what we use Bricklink for. So tell me what you think in the comments below. Is that what you would use Bricklink for, just so you can buy more Lego sets? And if you have any more questions, use the hashtag BAT, and I'll try to answer them in an upcoming video. I want to thank LEGO Freestyle for this awesome order. I got everything here on the table. I just got to put it up in a bag. And actually, this is going to go in a probably a large size priority mailbox. That's what they paid for, and with the size of some of these pieces like this, I want to get them in there where they won't get damaged and things. So that's what we got to do, and then I got to double check the quantities again. I think we checked most of them as we were picking it. But as for the one thing before we go, let me show you. Now, for those that sell, so it's showing a 0, and what I really wanted it to show is an X. And so what it's done is it's put these things in my stock room. So what I got to do, see, it says quantity 0, and I don't want to retain that drawer, so you just delete it. So let me, and some of these things actually were not in her order, and I need to actually verify those drawers before I delete them. Let me go check. Well, I'll do that after the video. Let me just uncheck these. I was going to go ahead and delete them. I know that was in her order. 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 This was not. But I already checked that drawer. That piece is not there. And that was in the drawer. So I'm going to check these off. And those should... Uh-oh. What just happened? I thought I deleted them. Let's try this again. Let's delete. Oh no, I'm doing this wrong. I was hitting go instead of... Yeah. So I just go like that, delete. And so now if I refresh the order, now it has an X instead of a 0. And that's what I want to see. So I got to do that for the rest of these to get that where it shows an X. There's the other one that I did, shows an X. So anyway. So I don't know why Bricklink has been doing that. It's kind of, I think there's like a bug in the system because it's not anything I have in my settings. I double checked that I don't have mine set to retain them. But it's the last 2 orders it's done that, and it's done this before. So anyway, if you have that problem, also let me know in the comments below. But enough of that. Thank you so much for watching this, Pablo. I hope you enjoyed this, especially even if you're not thinking about buying or selling on Bricklink. I mean, if you're going to buy on Bricklink, this, one of the other reasons I did this is to kind of give people confidence in buying, because I know it doesn't happen as much. I don't get the question as much, but in the early days of my YouTube and doing Bricklink, I would get those comments like, I'm afraid to buy on Bricklink. No, Bricklink is people like me. It's real people that love the hobby that want to sell. And I think they got some good systems in place to kind of filter out, keep out some of the unscrupulous people. But I really enjoy selling on Bricklink, buying on Bricklink. It's a safe site for it. Real people like me, like LEGO Freestyle, who just bought this order. Now I'm going to go. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. I said I'll see you, but you'll see me. Bye. And she didn't ask for it, but she is getting brick number 10. Custom 2x4 rare red brick.